Hello, everybody, and welcome to Swampy Comics. I'm Swampy, and today we'll be talking about some of the new comics that came out this week of April 8th, 2026, and rating them and throwing them in the Guy Gardner tier list. We got 8 comics ahead of us, so without further ado, let's jump right in with Absolute Green Lantern number 13, written by Al Ewing, with art by Eleonora Carlini, colors by Ivan Placencia, and letters by Lucas Gattoni. In this issue, another issue where we're kind of taking a break from our earthbound adventures with Joe and Hal and the DEO agents and the Hector Hammond of it all. And we're dealing with some space stuff and kind of redefining the DC cosmos for the absolute universe. And boy, howdy, I'm here for it. This is definitely one of the strongest issues of Absolute Green Lantern so far, even if it does kind of throw off the beaten path. I think when this universe kind of gels together, people are going to be really looking a lot more fondly back on this series. I understand that there's a lot of lore to flesh out, and this book getting the unenviable task of redoing the DC cosmos. It's a big job, so you got to lay a lot of groundwork, and I'm here for it. I love world building, and I love fleshing stuff out. I love the left turns that it throws us. Val Sinestro seems to be in control of, like, completely of this strange galactic empire. An agent of which we meet in this issue, who seems like he's going to be Adam Strange, but is maybe a little more of a a kind of a, what's the word, a red herring, because it turns out he's actually the absolute universe's version of Shade of the Changing Man, and boy, he's a jerk. Totally devoid of any emotion or empathy. Adam Strange's DC love interest has been subjected to a similar brainwashing, and old wise Sardath the scientist gets straight taken out. Yeah, really throwing the whole Adam Strange lore on its head. And we get the introduction of a new character, this Emily Hawk. Um, Pretty cool. I've heard rumblings that she could possibly be Hawk Girl in this universe, and I definitely, the last name and the red hair kind of throw that give that theory some validation. Kind of along with her being dressed in what looks a little more like World War II garb, which we learned that the Absolute Universe version of Hawkman definitely came from that era. Um, Boy, there's just so much to chew on in this issue, and you know, as much as it fleshes out, it leaves us with more intriguing questions. I really, really, really dug this issue. We're gonna throw it in A tier, a really, really strong A tier, but I'm just trying to be a little more exclusive with the S tier comics. But yeah, A tier for sure. This is one of the best issues of Absolute Green Lantern so far. Moving on, we got Action Comics number 1097, written by Mark Waid, art by Skylar Patridge, colors again by Ivan Placencia, and letters by Steve Wands. We are in the reign of the Superboys right now, and dealing with our current day Martian Manhunter, Mary Marvel, and Booster Gold on their search for Superman, um, ending up a little further back in time. Um, yeah, this was a fun issue. I don't know, but I feel like not much happened to it in it, and this is the beginning of a storyline. I don't know. I've really, really, really liked this era of Action Comics, but this issue just didn't hit on all cylinders with me. Um, yeah, maybe it's just that we're stuck in Smallville, and I am getting a little like, all right, let's do some stuff. But we're setting up some interesting stuff with this, this this character Epoch, who yeah, is just a weird, timey, wimey villain. I don't know. Not a lot to say about this issue. I'm gonna keep on buying Action Comics. I love Action Comics, but this definitely felt like an in between issue for me. So for that reason, I'm gonna throw it in the C tier. Just kind of an average book. Not bad by any means, but didn't wow me at all. Yeah, just fine, just fine. Can't wait for next month of Action Comics. Let's move on to Vertigo. We got Bleeding Hearts #3 here, written by Dennis Camp, with art by Stipend Morian, colors by Matt Hollingsworth, and letters by Hassan Otsmain Al Howe. And boy, oh boy, I can't believe I'm liking this more than End of Life. End of Life is totally my jam. It's totally the Vertigo book I thought that I would be more into. And I got to be honest, I bought Bleeding Hearts 1 just because it was a new Vertigo book and I wanted to support Vertigo. I had no intention of being into this series or um, really had no idea it would resonate with me so well. But boy, oh boy, the first issue we're meeting with Poke and his friend Mush and the whole dynamic of the zombie horde and their current, civilization. And then in the second issue, it's kind of focused with Mama and Rabbit, or Kara. I'm just going to call her Mama. Mama and Rabbit, and these two humans dealing with their side of things, being probably some of the last two humans in existence, it looks like, at least currently. But boy, oh boy, that second issue where Poke met up with Rabbit, and we're kind of getting just some really intense, conflicted feelings from both sides of our antagonists here. I'm having trouble formulating how much I like this issue because there was moments of intensity that had me afraid to turn the next page. There's moments of empathy from our zombie main character that really are sinking my teeth into, and there's some rumbles of maybe people being suspicious of him, his intentions, and his actions. It's kind of cool also fleshing out here that I really like that when we're reading Poke from his point of view, he's just talking in English, and interacting with his buddies in English and yada yada yada. We see Poke from Kara or Mama and Rabbit's viewpoint, and he's just a stereotypical zombie. He's posed all like a zombie, and he's not like our like the guy we've been reading. And on the other side of that, it's really cool to see how Poke interprets the humans, like as really just spastic and very loud and screechy, and he just can't understand him. So it was really cool realizing that these two, there's no understanding between them whatsoever. I mean, even though Poke was formerly a human, he's not understanding the humans now, which adds a really cool dynamic of nobody understanding each other and everybody just having to rely on actions and for their interpretations of each other. And I just, man, God, Dennis Camp, just an amazing writer. What a banner era for him. He's doing the best things in the Ultimate Universe. Got Absolute Martian Manhunter, Assorted to Crisis Events, and now this. Yeah, I got to give it S tier. This was a fantastic, heartfelt, and intense issue of this story that is just setting up even more. I am so excited for the future of Bleeding Hearts. What a great title. What a fantastic title. But next up, another fantastic title that started this year, Dork #3, by writer-artist Brett Bean, colors by Jean-Francois Bellew, and letters by Nate Piekos. In this issue, we have a dwarf from the Army of Light hunting down our titular Dork, saying that he's the one that caused the scar, and this Dork being this being of equal light and darkness, neither side can abide him existing. And this issue was funny and fun, and this is a speculator issue that lives up to the hype. This title is fantastic. We're watching the origin of something great here, and I'm so happy that I'm on board. The art is so fun, dynamic, and violent at the same time, while the writing remains funny. And I'm a tough cookie when it comes to humor. Like, especially cartoony humor in comics. It can really get away from you real fast and make me cringe. But not this. This hasn't done it once. I really like all the beats here, and it does really feel like there are, some stakes in this world. Besides Dork kind of being our almighty powerful protagonist that can withstand a huge beating. But yeah, seeing our headless chicken ghost friend get his body finally crushed and destroyed in this issue was like, oh, okay. It said to me that, oh, there are stakes here. It's just not just a cartoony fun world where we're just gonna watch inconsequential violence. Yeah, I love Dwark. What the surprise of the year. So glad that I picked up this number one, and really happy for Brett Bean and all the popularity and accolades that he's getting for this super solid title. Here, let me rate this on League real quick since I'm here. There we go. We're throwing this bad boy in the A tier for sure, without a doubt. Dwark is a great title. Dwark, dork. Anyway, moving on to Emperor Aquaman, number 16. Number 16 of Jeremy Adams' Aquaman run, now titled Emperor Aquaman. Written by Jeremy Adams with art by John Timms, colors by Rex Locus, and letters by Dave Sharp. All right, I was pretty down on the first issue, issue 15, when the Emperor Aquaman title took over. But I gotta say, this is what I'm talking about. I really liked this adventure. I like what we're going to be getting into. I love the elemental forces of the DC universe and their colors. I think it's so cool. Big fan of Swamp Thing, so I love the green. Love Animal Man, so I love the red. And now we're fleshing out the blue in a little bit of the same way. It's a little less psychedelic and a little more direct at the moment, but I'm okay with it. We're starting off slow, and that's cool. Really liked that King Shark is coming to Aquaman at the beginning of this issue, and needing help and pledging fealty to him. I really enjoyed that. And what we get for the main meat of the story is the Shiver of Sharks and Aquaman, along with the Wonder Twin Zan, are heading through the blue to help these beings, which we find out are taken over by parasites that are controlling these bug people and heating their planet. And it's really cool seeing Aquaman deal with that, take it out. Pretty standard superhero comic book story. But I do really like what we're setting up for the future here, along with a big return on the last page. We still have the Crimson Queen, Mara's mother, Lalana, and she has tracked down none other than one of the biggest haters in comics ever, the Black Manta. So it's really we are starting to cook here, and if the Black Manta is going to start doing stuff on Earth while Arthur's flying around through the blue from planet to planet to solve intergalactic problems, to establish this Atlantean empire all throughout space, there's going to be issues, and I'm totally here for it. I can't wait. I can't wait. This is a great issue. No huge, big, wowing banner moments, but still a very strong issue that I enjoyed immensely. So it's going to go B tier. I'm going to throw that in B tier. Next up, we got Green Lantern Corps number 15, written by Morgan Hampton with pencils by Fernando Passarin, inks by Eau Claire Albert, colors by Arif Prianto, and letters by Dave Sharp. Here we have John Stewart and Kat Matui on Korugar, with John being willfully possessed by Parallax in order to bring the fear entity back to Oa. But before that can happen, he's got to get it under control, and it is taking him through his past and torturing his psyche. But luckily, his ring has basically the spirit of his mother, and she saves him, expending all of her power, and I think unwriting herself from John's ring, which is very sad and a little emotional. Like that really made me like just the concept that a mother's love transcends, that love lived within John, and he was able to put it into the ring, and that ring ended up saving him, and sacrificing itself, was just great. It was beautiful. With I really liked it. I think Morgan Hampton is cooking with this. Then we get Lorzad and Sinson entering back into our whole Korugar thing, and I really think it's interesting that those two boys have taken this planet and set it on a path that Sinestro was never able to do. It's just really cool to see. So yeah, that was the John Stewart end of this issue, and I really liked it, and really liked seeing Saronic bring back out the yellow ring. Really cool, big moment. Loving this, loving this. And on the other side of the story, we got Guy Gardner as the All-Sight, hanging out with our Indigo Lantern. I guess we'll call her Ira now instead of Fatality, but Ira. And then we have Aya and Razor, Larfleeze, and Joe Mullane. And I believe Ellie Stewart's with him too, trying to find Proselyte. And they found this Manhunter controlled area of space where the Manhunters have used the power of compassion and harnessed it somehow to rebuild their homeworld. Really cool concept. I'm a big fan anytime the Manhunters step in, and it's really cool to see the Manhunters get one up on the core really hard this time, because Aya tries to take control of the Manhunters, which she does pretty hard. But then the Manhunters are like, yeah, well, you left your body over there. You kind of, you took your consciousness out and you're floating around as a little tech construct, but you left your body over there. So while you're taking over all our Manhunters, we'll just go take your body. And yeah, really, really cool. So bummed for Aya, but I think having Aya as a green construct with maybe her body being used um, as by fellow robots for heinous purposes is a really cool concept, and I'm rooting for Aya to get it back, of course. But I really like what we're doing here. I really like that the Manhunters outsmarted the core. Pretty cool concept. Um, Man, this might have been one of the best issues of Green Lantern Corps so far. I'm really high on it. Really like this new era. I really like what Morgan Hampton's cooking, and he's doing a great job of squaring away some of the loose ends of the Thorn run and whatnot. And yeah, great stuff. A tier for sure. Next up, let's travel over to Marvel for an issue. We got Iron Man #4, written by the great Josh Williamson, with art by Carmen Carnero and Jan Basildua, with letters by Joe Caramagna and colors by Nolan Woodard. Boy, oh boy, Williamson is cooking. I am really loving this era of Iron Man. I really like that Marvel, especially on this cover here, I really like that they're hopefully bringing back corner boxes. Because corner boxes are cool, and they make comics feel a little more prestige. And DC has realized that, and I really like that they're bringing back the little, figures in the corner boxes. And, the character head is a good start, but oh boy, if Marvel starts bringing back those like individual multiple head corner boxes, I'm gonna freak out. But anyway, let's get to the comic. Yeah, Tony Stark is trapped on Ames helicarrier, along with all these other scientists, former winners of the Tony Stark Award. And yeah, it's pretty cool. I really like this. I like that Tony is trying to get one up on Madame Mask and trying to escape, getting a hold of Adam, and hopefully saving him when it seems like Fixer has been working in the background this whole time. And well, I wonder if he's been willfully sabotaging these other scientists to create his iron armor. Like, um, yeah, pretty cool. Not too much to discuss here. Just kind of a we're going and going issue, but really good for it nonetheless. I'm all on board for this era of Iron Man. I think we're off to a great start here, and in this issue, we get the possible death of a character, which shows us that the stakes are high. Really good stuff. I'm all in for this run on Iron Man. So we're gonna throw that also. Oh, nope, not delete. Let's there we go. A tier for Iron Man. And last but not least, we got Supergirl #12. This is written and drawn by Sophie Campbell, with colors by Tamara Bonvillain, letters by Becca Carey. And we're in a part 2 of our Hero of Kandor storyline, where Kara is up against the wall. She was taken out pretty harshly last issue by the Black Flame. And in this issue, she is brought back together with a bunch of cyborg pieces because her ring has been stolen, so she can't regenerate on her own. And so we're getting cyborg Supergirl for I'm wondering how long. I'm sure this isn't a permanent thing. Once she gets the Ring of Norcon back and the sunlight gets to enter her a lot more directly, I have a feeling like she'll heal up and we won't have need for these cybernetic you know enhancements. But I really also like that they've taken David's powers, the Boy Thunder, and it seems like the Kandorians are kind of enslaving some young people and imbuing them with these powers and forcing them to fight the Black Flame, which is a crazy thing to do, considering the Black Flame seems to be one of these sympathetic characters, although her actions are a little overblown and drastic and violent. Um, you kind of get that the Society of Kandor has been keeping the youth down, man. And I don't think enslaving kids and empowering them with powers they didn't want as a means to fight against that is any way to win the people. So that's probably not going to pan out too well. I really like what we're doing here. This is great. This is fantastic. This era of Supergirl is so cool. I'm so glad to be back into the high superhero fantasy of it all that we got before we hit the holiday era of this run, which was good, but this is better. You know what I mean? And Black Flame is a really cool character. We didn't get any Lesla in this issue, but I can't wait to get more of her. And boy, oh boy, I hope she's sticking around. Uh, yeah, great issue, great issue. Um, guess we'll also throw this one in the A tier, which leaves a pretty obvious pick of the week. It's going to be Bleeding Hearts #3, without a doubt. We are watching an instant classic right now, and the art in this book is top tier. Just extremely dynamic, while equally being horrifying, cute, and absolutely gorgeous with uh, some of the things that it does. Bleeding Hearts is something special. If you're not reading it, you're missing out. I strongly suggest at least picking up the first trade when it comes out if you're hesitant on buying this month to month. But yeah, just a strong title. What a good week in comics. What did you enjoy? Let me know in the comments below. And keep tuned for next week when I'll be talking about next week's comics. So give a like and subscribe if you could. And until next time, thanks for watching. Keep reading.